Before I make the points that I'd like to make on this bill, I'd like to thank both Mr. Hill and Mr. Carney for the work that they have done working with my staff to try and resolve differences that they may have. Mr. Carney and I talked about it. I understand exactly his concerns and his passion for trying to do something that I think he believes should have been done a long time ago. But with that, let me just say that the exchange-traded funds, or the ETFs, have proliferated in recent years, growing to 1,411 ETFs in 2010, with total net assets of nearly $2 trillion. In an effort to attract more retail investors to these products, this bill seeks to provide a safe harbor for broker-dealers participating in the offering of these products to provide research reports without threat of liability to purchasers. It is my understanding that today several broker-dealers provide ETF research to retail investors, notwithstanding this threat of liability. And it is not clear that any broker-dealers have been sued by investors or been subject to any enforcement action by the SEC or FINRA related to their ETF research reports. In addition, SEC and FINRA staff has raised several concerns with the bill which have not yet been addressed. Specifically, staff has concerns with the bill's broad definition of research project reports, which could effectively allow broker-dealers to offer or sell securities to retail investors without being subject to the liability that would normally attach. The lack of clarity about whether important FINRA content regulations would apply to ETF research reports as they apply to other research reports. The permanent ban on requiring any ETF research reports to be filed with FINRA regardless of future abuses. The constraint on the SEC and FINRA's ability to enforce the anti-manipulation and anti-fraud provisions of the securities laws. The fact that the bill may permit brokers to offer ETFs comprised of commodities and derivatives, as well as registered investment companies and BDCs. The broad interim safe harbor that fails to protect investors and goes into effect before the SEC has enough time to finalize its rulemaking, and the short, unworkable 45-day time period for the SEC to propose and 120-day time period for the SEC to finalize a rule. While these concerns remain outstanding, and while it seems that ETF research reports are currently being provided to retail investors without issues, it is difficult for me to support the bill. So I would yield back the balance of my time.